Good Monday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. I am your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you live from the palatial studios of WOCA Radio, just outside the food court entrance to the Paddock Mall in the Brick City beautiful Ocala, Florida, on a fantastic Monday morning. About 81 degrees, sun high in the sky, got the nice white puffy clouds on that Carolina blue sky. Yep. Football season's over for me with the Falcons with the losing the way they are. And, you know, college football, I just can't get into it because it's so weird this season how it is. So, got to move on to college basketball to the Carolina Tar Heels. It's just what I'm going to do. I'm just skipping football. I'm just done with it. Skipping football. Trying to reach out to my friend Corey to see if he wants to come on the radio today to talk about. He was at the Trump event, so I'll reach out to him in the break, see if I can get him back on maybe at 11:15 or 11:20 to talk about the Donald Trump event. So, Corey, if you're out there listening, I'll call you back during the break to see if you want to come on the radio. There was a lot of stuff that happened this weekend in town. With the events that Brendan and I talked about, plus with Donald Trump's visit. But let's see how your weekend went. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Yeah, good morning. As we come into college basketball, St. John's is the defending NCAA champion because they were the last team playing when the season ended.
So the St. John's Orange.
Yeah, St. John's Red Storm.
Red Storm, that's right. St. John's Red Storm, that's what they are now. Yeah. They're not the Orange Men anymore. They're the Red Storm now.
Yeah,
or Syracuse Orangemen. It was St. John's Red. Yeah, Red. It's Syracuse Orangemen. St. John's Red. I get them all confused in basketball. There's only 305 teams.
Yeah. Basketball is an easier sport for colleges. All you need is a bunch of jock straps and a basketball arena.
Yes. Thanks for the call, Jim.
All right, have a good day.
Jim's ready for basketball season. So my weekend this weekend, pretty good at Ocala. Went and saw a couple live bands around town. You know, the music scene here in Ocala is pretty good. And we'll be talking about an event coming up soon that's sponsored by the Ocala Golf Club, one of our sponsors here on the show, about live music. So we'll do that soon. Let's talk about some of the news events that are happening today around Florida. Kamala Harris, the Democratic vice presidential nominee, will resume in-person campaigning Monday with stops in Jacksonville, Florida, and Orlando, Florida. So if you didn't get to see President Trump last week, you can run out and see Kamala Harris today or sometime this week. She's in Jacksonville and Orlando. According to the Joe Biden campaign, Harris will be in the early vote launch drive-in rally in Orlando at 11:15 today to encourage early voting, and a 4:40 appearance in Jacksonville for voter mobilization event. Early voting begins today in the Sunshine State. No details on locations have been released. The events will be live streamed, and Florida Today will be reporting from Orlando. Harris's spouse, Doug Emhoff, will also be campaigning in Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade counties. Harris visited Florida in September when she spoke at Florida Memorial University in Miami Gardens and also stopped in Doral. She suspended attending events this week and instead opted for virtual appearances after her communications director and a non-staff flight crew member both tested positive for COVID-19. But now she's back on the campaign trail. She will be in Jacksonville and Orlando today. So if you want to run out and see Vice Presidential hopeful Kamala Harris, she will be in Jacksonville and Orlando today. Orlando in about 8 minutes and, 7 minutes now. And in Jacksonville about 4:40 this afternoon. So unless you're in Orlando, you're probably not going to get to see her in Orlando. Just going off on that. I saw this, and I thought this was a pretty good story. Okay, and I'm sure Adam touched on it earlier, but I'll touch on it again. Ocala is one of the best places in the United States to retire, thanks in part to its affordable housing and quality health care. This according to U.S. News and World Report that released last Tuesday. The Ocala metropolitan area ranked number 6 among the country's 150 largest metropolitan areas on the 2020-2021 list of best places to retire. The publication based its rankings on information from the U.S. Census Bureau, the FBI, the U.S. Department of Labor, and Internal Resources. Kevin Shealy, president and CEO of the Ocala Marion County Chamber and Economic Partnership, said the ranking is quite an achievement. We're currently 149th out of 150 in metropolitan areas in population, so we're one of the smaller places. That we got ranked that high means what we're doing is showing results. The Ocala area ranked highest in housing affordability, among the top 10 best places to retire, and scored high in health care. You know, when you talk about affordable housing, I'm always amazed. I had a friend of mine relocate from New Jersey. He lived in New Jersey, worked in the city, but he lived in New Jersey because it's more affordable to live in New Jersey than it is to live in New York City. So he relocated here to take a job with a real estate company here in town. And when he relocated, he was looking for houses and everything. And I started telling him about some houses to go look at and nicer neighborhoods to go look into and everything. And he started looking around and he was like, I can't believe the price of housing here. And I thought, well, we were playing golf. I went, why? It's not very high. He goes, not very high. It's dirt cheap. He goes, you can buy here a 2,500 square foot house on a 3/4 acre of land for $300,000. In New Jersey, not New York City, in New Jersey, that'd buy you, about a 1,400 square foot condominium. So I didn't realize just how affordable it was to live here in Ocala until my friend told me about that. Then I have another friend who has a place here that he's renting, doing short-term leases for people who are moving here because of industry that's moving in here, and they hadn't bought a house or they hadn't closed to the house or find where they want to live yet. So they're renting his place on short-term leases, and he's getting a place that's very small, but it's furnished with the utilities and everything, and he's getting $1,500, $1,600 a month for a place that normally would rent without utilities and without furnished would rent for about $600. And people are paying it left and right. I've talked to some real estate friends of mine here in town that said we're in a real estate shortage, rental properties especially. There's very little rental properties around town. So I was amazed at how affordable properties were here and that people are snatching them up. I didn't realize that real estate was as affordable here in Ocala when you think, but I've lived around this area for a very long time, so I don't have anything to base it on. I mean, I knew it was cheaper to live in Ocala than it was to live in New York or Atlanta or, Orlando but I didn't realize that it was so affordable that people would rank it as one of the 6 best places to retire out of 150 metropolitan areas. Hi, caller, who's this?
Good morning, Tom.
Hey, Hugh, how are you?
Pretty good. Well, maybe not so good after that Packer game, but like I said earlier, at halftime, that was it. I put a movie on.
Well, and you couldn't have been happy last night with the outcome of the former Milwaukee Braves game either.
Right.
I went to bed. I went to bed sullen and upset.
We just sold a home here in Silver Springs, and I moved to a mobile home here, which is nice. And the wife's up in Wisconsin looking for a condo. But anyways, I had my house down here. It was 3,200 square feet under the roof, and the taxes were just under $2,000 on an acre. That same piece of property outside of Milwaukee would have been way over $10,000 a year taxes.
Wow. Yeah, I just did that because I lease. I didn't think anything about being a homeowner, And so I didn't realize how expensive it is. My friend Ryan Eisenberg up in Atlanta says he pays almost $25,000 a year in property tax. I mean, he lives in a place that costs 6 figures to buy, 7 figures to buy, but I guess when you got that kind of money, if you can afford a 7-figure house, you can afford the taxes on it.
Yeah, it's easy to understand why Ocala ranked 6 or whatever it was right up there, because it is a wonderful. It reminds me so much of where I was up in a suburb of Milwaukee with good health, good education. Everything was wonderful, although it was expensive up there. But in a way, it was probably worth it. But for in a retirement situation, you got to get something that's a little more affordable. And so many of my neighbors where I used to live are from California. They just, I'm I'm talking the last 10, 15 years, they just had to get the heck out of there because it was so ridiculously expensive.
Well, and you being the person you are, you know the retirement community here is a pretty good community. You're retired, although I don't understand how you're retired and Linda's still working. I don't understand that, but I guess I guess you got it that way.
20 years difference in our age. Which is good and which is not good. So
Linda's 20 years older than Linda's. Linda's more or less giving the orders. Hugh, Linda's 20 years older than you.
Pardon?
Linda's 20 years older than you.
She's 20 years younger than me.
I'm gonna tell her you put me up to saying that. I'm gonna blame that on you.
But she loves it down here. But it's kind of an interesting thing with this virus, all this kind of stuff. She's an insurance agent, and they were working from home. And she approached her boss and said, "If I can work from home here, can I work from home in Wisconsin?" And the boss said, "Gee, I don't know, let me look into it." Well, it turned out to be a great thing for her and us, and she got her license up there, and she's going to open up a field of work up there, and we're kind of like going to be snowbirds now. I'm going to be wandering down here in my little mobile home, which I love, and then up in the summer, hopefully we're going to buy a condo or something up there. She's up there right now, kind of looking around, but it's so interesting how with this virus situation, how life has changed us,
Yeah, it certainly has changed everybody. Hey, Hugh, thanks for the call. We got to go to a break. It really has.
Thank you. Bye now.
The virus has really affected how people do things, and it's just. I was kind of shocked that we were number 6 for a retirement community. I knew we were a good retirement community, but I didn't realize it was out of 150 metropolitan areas to rank 6th. When you rank 149th in population for those 150 areas, and then to rank 6th for a place to retire, it's pretty good for Ocala. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, hopefully I'll have my friend Corey. He was at the Trump rally over the weekend, so I'm going to try to get him on and see if we can't find out exactly what went down out there from somebody who was there live. We'll do that next right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, WOCA.
Of nature is
The Source. I'm pushing the wrong buttons again. Brick City Creative Group is your one-stop multimedia destination. With the experience our team has, not many can really tell a story like we do. Specializing in live broadcasting, promo reels, film, and social media. No matter the story, we've got you covered with some of the best professionals in the industry. Your story is our mission. Find us on the web at brickcitycreativegroup.com or on Facebook at Brick City Creatives.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Oh, hey, Grandpa.
Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to. Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you could move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. And I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever.
Right now, MyPillow has a special offer for you. 2 MyPillow premiums for one low price plus free shipping. Each pillow is made in the USA and is machine washable and dryable. Call 800-820-7056 or go to MyPillow.com and use promo code Annie to get 2 MyPillow premiums for one low price plus free shipping. That's 800-820-7056 or go to MyPillow.com, promo code Annie.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Promo code Annie.
People ask me why I've worked at Palm Garden for so long, and I tell them it's the people. I love to hear the life stories, especially those from the greatest generation. Celebrating life stories is what sets Palm Garden apart, finding out what's important to them. And I love being a resource. Like Macy's Santa, if I can't help, I'll send them to Gimbel's. After all, Palm Garden is located on 34th Street. I'm Jan from Palm Garden. Call me and let's chat. 854-6262.
We're having all kinds of gremlins in the studio this morning. So commercials aren't working. Mike's staying on. It's just a crazy, crazy day. But speaking of crazy days, Friday, President Donald Trump was in town out at the Ocala Airport, International Airport. And my friend Corey was out there on the ground getting some news for me from the event. So let's go out there and talk to Corey Elkins. Corey, good morning. You were at the rally.
Good morning.
You were at the rally on Friday. What time did there was some reports that people started getting there like 8, 9 in the morning. What time did you finally get out there to the event?
I actually made it with my younger brother out there after I got off of work. But I did hear from some people who live real close to the airport that there was people walking towards the airport about 6 a.m.
6 a.m. in the morning to see. Now, there's been reports from everything from 5,000 to 50,000 people there. If you had to estimate it, how many people would you say you probably saw there?
I saw enough cars for at least 30,000 people.
And were the cars, the reports were the cars were lined on Airport Road from 200 all the way to 40?
Yes, you had them lined up from 200 down Airport Road all the way to 40, and then they actually rounded the corner there at 40 and straight down Highway 27. Luckily, my brother lives right behind the gas station there off of 40, so we were able to park at his house and walk over, but it was pretty much a sea of red hat.
Were there any kind of special warnings or precautions or anything they took in the midst of this this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, whenever you came through the gates and got waved down by the metal detectors and the actual Secret Service that were there, patting you down, they actually handed out masks. It was mandatory that you had masks in hand to walk in and into the facility.
But no temperature checks or anything, but they did hand out masks to everybody that walked in.
Yes, temperature checks also whenever you had the blue armbands, which you also had too. They armbanded you first, and then you went through the metal detector where they then gave you the mask.
Is this your first time going to a big rally like this, a big presidential rally like this?
This is a first for me. Born and raised here in Ocala, Florida, but it was my first time attending a rally here in Ocala. Yes.
Yeah, I saw Vice Presidential candidate Paul Ryan when he came through in 2012 when they had him on the square. What was the security like out there? That's what I'm interested in, because I remember when Paul Ryan came through in 2012 and he was on the square, the Ocala police had or police. I don't know if they were Ocala police, state police, federal police. I don't know, but they had people up on buildings with rifles and everything. They were ready for anything. But it was a kind of an enclosed space with the buildings downtown. This is a wide open space y'all were at.
Yes, that's correct. There was a heavy police presence from not only Ocala Police Department, but also Marion County Sheriff's Office. But they also had quite a few Secret Service across the tarmac there by the president's plane, snipers up on the actual tower, the air traffic control tower, and actually back behind us, I was actually talking to my brother about this, back behind the plane in the runway for Ocala International Airport, they have a big brush line, big tree line. They were actually stationed up out there in the cut by the brushes, by the brush also.
So surrounded with security.
Heavy police presence.
Surrounded
inside.
with security everywhere.
Yes.
Some people have described these events as almost like a rock concert or something along those lines. What would you compare an event you've been to compared to this event? How would you compare the event?
I would compare it to it was kind of like a rock concert. They had music playing and stuff like that here and there. It was just there was no issues. They didn't have any no crazy rioting and anything like that. If there were protests, which I did not see, they were peaceful, and it was just like a nice, good outside sporting event. Everybody was there for a good cause to support President Trump. And just a good time.
Well, it sounds like you and your brother enjoyed it. It was a peaceful rally, one that fires up the base. It always gets President Trump never fails to make sure to get the people that are excited about voting for him to keep them excited, and he did that again Friday in Ocala. Hey, Corey, thanks for taking out some time out of your day to talk to us about what you saw at the rally on Friday. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
That's Corey Elkins. He was at the Donald Trump. He was at the Trump rally at the airport on Friday. When I read the newspaper report about it, the Trump in Ocala from Ocala.com said there were food trucks, barkers selling souvenirs, music, some dancing, plenty of excited people on the Friday lined up hours ahead of what resembled a major sporting event or concert. But the thousands assembled, some waiting for hours, were there to catch a glimpse of President Donald Trump. Stuart Sawyer of the Villages dressed up in a Super Trump outfit and posed for photos with those in the crowd, and that added to the festival. I didn't know there was such a thing as Super Trump. I knew there was Super Joe Martone, just like Super Dave, but I didn't know there was a Super Trump. Billy Elmer and Sherry Ashby of Ocala, they were dancing to a version of the song YMCA, but instead of using YMCA acronyms, they were using MAGA acronyms, Make America Great Again. They said it's amazing, it's inspirational. The people are friendly and loving. That's what Elmer had to say about the attitude surrounding the event. While the majority of those at the event sported pro-Trump items, there were a few anti-Joe Biden items. Biden is the Democratic nominee against Trump. One of the food vendors featured "Take a bite out of Trump turkey, take a bite out of Biden turkey leg," and a couple of T-shirts made it clear the wearers were not Biden fans. I won't say what the shirt said. Will Enderle had just about every piece of Trump memorabilia he could want. It featured hats, T-shirts, bumper stickers, flags, knives, buttons, magnets. People are really excited. We're doing really good so far, Enderle said. This is the second time, yeah, thank you, Joe. This is the second time that I remember it this way, because I remember when Trump came to the livestock pavilion in 2016. WOCA was, I believe Joe was there broadcasting. Were you there broadcasting live, Joe? Were you? I think you were there. It's just one of these will work.
The one that works.
Yeah, that one works. I think you were there live. I think you were there.
I was there live this Saturday.
Oh, you were there Friday.
Friday, sorry, yes.
You were there Friday.
I blended this weekend. It was so big.
So
I was there Friday all day from 11:30 or 11:15 on.
Trump's campaign's the first campaign I ever remember where they sell souvenir shirts like you're at a rock concert.
Oh.
I got to...
And the price varied from $10 up.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. So it looked like a fun event if that's your thing. I promise you, I stayed as far away as possible.
It was the first one that I went to, and I'll never regret it. I had choice seats. As he faced the crowd, I was on his right side right there, and it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. About 30,000.
About 30,000, he said.
Yeah, about 30,000.
All right, well, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with more right here on WOCA 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
From the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe said on Monday there is no evidence tying the Hunter Biden laptop to Russian disinformation. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows pushes back on the allegation as well.
I'm not aware of any Russian disinformation campaign that would involve these emails or this laptop. No defensive briefing, to my knowledge, has been given. And so all of this narrative that is out there that would suggest that it's not real, that's the disinformation.
Meadows speaking there on Fox News. Those comments contrary to claims from House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff of California. The Supreme Court will consider two cases on immigration policy and the border wall. One case involves the Trump administration's policy that people seeking asylum in the United States remain in Mexico while their cases are pending. This is USA Radio News.
Facebook recently announced an update to Instagram DMs by introducing a new messenger experience in the app. More than 1 billion people already use Messenger. They are bringing some of the best Messenger features to Instagram.
I'm Adam Mosseri. I'm the head of Instagram. I'm excited to talk to you today about some of the new messaging features we've got coming out. One of the features I'm most excited about is the fact that people are going to be able to message across apps. So you're going to be able to message your friends on Facebook or on Instagram and vice versa. Now, this isn't going to change who you can message or who you can message you. You're still in complete control of both of those things. In fact, we've even built some new controls that are more granular that allow you to decide who exactly can message you, but you'll be able to manage your messages from one app should you so choose. And we think that's critically important, and we also think it's critically important that people have control over their experience.
For more information, please visit the Facebook newsroom at about.fb.com/news.
Brick City Creative Group is your one-stop multimedia destination. With the experience our team has, not many can really tell a story like we do. Specializing in live broadcasting, promo reels, film, and social media. No matter the story, we've got you covered with some of the best professionals in the industry. Your story is our mission. Find us on the web at brickcitycreativegroup.com or on Facebook at Brick City Creatives.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Finally, shipping made easy. Just Ship is your answer to your shipping aggravation. They come pick up your package and ship it for you. Birthday gifts, eBay sales, or an online return. Just Ship can handle all of them for you. Act now and you can save 20% on an annual subscription, which will take you through the 2020 holiday months. Go to www.justship.net now and take the aggravation out of shipping.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. On a Monday morning here in the Brick City beautiful Ocala, Florida. Time to look at your sample ballots. Get them out. I got my sample ballot in the mail this weekend. It's the official sample ballot of Vote 2020, or Votar 2020. It's also in Spanish, which I have no clue about, so it's a good thing it's in English, too, because I would have no clue about the Spanish version. But we do have a lot of Spanish-speaking people here in Florida, and so we need the ballot to go both ways, to be in both languages. When you look at the general elections side of the ballot, when you look at the non, people always calling me when I'm on the air. I have to call people back. When you look at the sample ballot, when you look at the voting side for people to vote on, not the amendments, but the voting side, I didn't realize how many people are running for president. President and Vice President, Donald J. Trump and Michael R. Pence for Republicans, Joseph R. Biden, Kamala D. Harris for Democrats, then Joe Jorgensen and Jeremy Spike Cohen for Libertarian, then REF, PSL, GRE, CPF, I don't even know what those are. I'm going to be honest with you. I am at a loss. I'm sure one of them's the Constitutional Party. That's probably Don Blankenship and William Moore. I'm sure Jim Penn is yelling at the radio right now, telling me that's the Constitution Party probably. I don't know. Confused. Then you got Representative in Congress District 3, Kat Kamak and Adam Christensen. All of a sudden now their middle names aren't needed. State Representative District 23, Stan McClain and Cynthia De La Rosa. Remember, Miss De La Rosa was the one that was leading the Black Lives Matter rally down on the square and was screaming profanities and ugly things about how she hates America. Just I was there. I saw her do it, so I can tell you that. Then the justices of the Supreme Court, should Justice Carlos G. Munoz of the Supreme Court be retained in office? How many people even know about the judges? That's a problem on these things. Nobody knows who's the District Court of Appeals. I mean, it's a crapshoot. Yeah, maybe. Okay, sure. I'd never heard of them. So if you hadn't heard of them, they must be doing a good job. That's how people make these decisions, folks. I'm not making this up. And then, of course, School Board District 1, who we had both candidates here on the inaugural show of Ocala Talks, Allison B. Campbell and Lori J. Conrad. Speaking of that race, I was monitoring some social media, a lot of social media this weekend. And there's a lot of pettiness going on in this race, and I don't think the two candidates aren't doing it. It's people who back the two candidates. I saw 6 or 7 different posts. One lady posted that she personally put one candidate's sign in her yard. Somebody come and took that sign off, but used a metal stand to put the other candidate's sign on. So she goes out into her own yard, takes that candidate sign down, puts the original candidate sign back up, which they had thrown into the grass, only to come back out 4 hours later and find that the original one that she had put up originally had been taken down again and destroyed, ripped to pieces, and thrown in her yard. Come on, folks. We're better than that, aren't we? That seems a little petty to me. Oh, you got a sign in your yard I don't like. I'm going to tear it up. I got a sign in my yard that says faith, not fear. Please, come tear it up. I'm asking. come tear it up. Make sure I'm home, though, so I know you're tearing it up. Because there'll be a whole lot more than that sign getting tore up. I mean, just leave the signs alone, people. It's not hurting you that somebody has in their yard, vote Biden-Harris, or vote Trump-Pence, or vote Lori Conrad, or vote Allison Campbell. That's not hurting you. It's in their yard. It's not in your yard. Leave people the hell alone. To take time out to stop, go into somebody's yard, to take a sign down, destroy it, throw it in their yard, and then put your sign up, that's just petty. That's a Richard move is what that is. If you don't know what a Richard is, ask one of your friends. If you are, they'll let you know right away. But that's just a Richard move. And that's where we are in Marion County right now in politics, is we're going into people's yards and tearing up political signs just because you don't agree with who they say to vote for. That's what makes this country so great, is we have a peaceful exchange of power through the voting box. Peaceful. Not going into somebody's yard and destroying things. The hell is wrong with you? I looked at this sample ballot, though, and as I flip it over, the official general election sample ballot, when you look at the amendments, what I like is some of the explanations. Like, they tell you what it is. This amendment, like citizenship requirement to vote in Florida elections. This amendment provides that only United States citizens who are at least 18 years of age, a permanent resident of Florida, and registered to vote as provided by law shall be qualified to vote in the Florida election. Then they put this little disclaimer underneath it. Because the proposed amendment is not expected to result in any changes to the voter registration process in Florida, it will have no impact on state or local government cost or revenue. Further, it will have no effect on the state's economy. Okay. Thanks for that PSA. Then you look at Constitutional Amendment number 2, raising Florida's minimum wage. It says, raises minimum wages to $10 per hour effective September 30th, 2021. Each September 30th thereafter, minimum wage shall increase by $1 per hour until the minimum wage reaches $15 per hour on September 30th, 2026. From that point forward, future minimum wage increases shall revert to being adjusted annually for inflation starting September 30th, 2027. But wait, there's more. State and local government costs will increase to comply with the new minimum wage levels. Additional annual wage costs will be approximately $16 million in 2022, increasing to about $540 million in 2027 and thereafter. Government actions to mitigate these costs are unlikely to produce material savings. Other government cost and revenue impacts, both positive and negative, are not quantifiable. What does that mean? Well, they try to explain it to you in big, bold, capital, all caps. The next paragraph. This proposed constitutional amendment is estimated to have a net negative impact on the state budget. This impact may result in higher taxes or loss of government services in order to maintain a balanced state budget as required by the Florida Constitution. All caps. I don't know why it's all caps, but it is. Number 3, the Constitutional Amendment, all voters vote in primary elections for state legislative government and cabinet, allows all registered voters to vote in primaries for state legislature, governor, and cabinet regardless of party affiliation. Then underneath it goes, it's probable that the proposed amendment will result in additional local government costs to conduct elections in Florida. The financial impact, estimating cost conference projects that the combined cost across counties will range from $5.2 million to $5.8 million for each of the first 3 election cycles occurring in even number years after the amendment's effective date, with the cost of each of the intervening years dropping to less than $450,000. With respect to state costs for the oversight, the additional costs for administrating elections are expected to be minimal. Further, there are no revenues linked to voting in Florida. Since there is no impact on state cost or revenues, there will be no impact on the state budget. While the proposed amendment will result in an increase in local expenditures, this change is expected to be below the threshold that would produce a statewide economic impact. So if your local municipality gets higher money for having these elections this way, for offering more people to vote and all, it's not going to impact the state, just impact the local elections. So sorry about your luck. if you're a local municipality, you got to pay more. Then we have, that was number 3. Number 4 is voter approval of constitutional amendments. This is my favorite amendment, folks. This is the amendment that talks about how to amend the amendments to the Constitution. Requires all proposed amendments or revisions to the state constitution to be approved by the voters in 2 elections instead of 1 in order to take effect. The proposal applies to the current thresholds of passage for each of the 2 elections. Okay, here we go. It is probable that the proposed amendment will result in additional state and local government costs to conduct elections. Overall, these costs will vary from election cycle to election cycle depending on the unique circumstances of each ballot and cannot be estimated at this time. The key factors determining costs include the number of amendments appearing for the second time on each ballot and the length of those amendments. Since the maximum state cost is likely less than $1 million per cycle, but impact cannot be discretely quantified, the change to the state's budget is unknown. Then in big capital letters, next paragraph, the financial impact of this amendment cannot be determined due to ambiguities and uncertainty surrounding the amendment's impact. The hell does that mean? That's my problem with these amendments. Very few people understand. They were written by lawyers, and they're very hard to understand. They try to dumb them down, but they're still very difficult to understand. Number 5, limitations on homestead property tax assessments, increased probability period to transfer accrued benefits. It says proposing an amendment to the state constitution effective January 1, 2021 to increase from 2 years to 3 years the period of time during which the accrued Save Our Homes benefits may be transferred from a prior homestead to a new homestead. No limitations on it. None. Got no explanation. They just say, hey, we want to give you an extra year. A friend of mine said, well, why does that matter, 2 years to 3 years? That's how people look at it. Well, if you don't have 2 years, if you hadn't done it, why should I give you an extra year? That's how people are looking at this, or the people I've talked to. 4-year extension of the 1% sales tax. This is a county referendum. 4-year extension of 1% public safety and transportation infrastructure sales tax. This is a no-brainer to me. With all the good work that's been done recently with the tax, the 1 cent sales tax with the road improvements and everything, I think that's a no-brainer. I'm voting yes. I don't know how you're going to vote, but I tell you to at least go vote. But this is the official ballot sent out by Wesley Wilcox's office, Vote 2020, the official sample ballot. And, you know, I know people use these sample ballots and take them in and, like, copy. They use them like a cheat sheet. I don't understand that, but if that's how you use the sample ballot, good for you. But I know the amendments on the sample ballot, the fact that they put in gigantic letters for Amendment 2, the constitutional amendment for minimum wage. The proposed constitutional amendment is estimated to have a net negative impact on the state budget. This impact may result in higher taxes or a loss of government services in order to maintain a balanced state budget as required by the Constitution. So the state's already telling you the minimum wage law is going to make them have less ability to perform. If you think it's crazy, the state's doing that. If the state is telling you that moving the minimum wage may impact the state budget, what's that going to do to a small businessman's budget, or a small business woman, or a small business company? What's that going to, if a $15 minimum wage hike is going to impact the state budget, how's it going to impact a small business owner's budget? Oh, I missed a call. Oh, there you go. Call her back. I just don't, this minimum wage law's got me confused, but maybe, you know, I don't know. Hi, caller, who's this?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless of which way you feel on the minimum wage, I do not believe it should be set in stone in the Constitution.
No, it's a legislative
thing. It's a matter
thing
that needs to be taken up by the legislature each year.
100%. It's a legislative item. It's not a constitutional amendment.
Yeah.
And that's why
it doesn't belong in the Constitution.
That's
the
why
legislature needs to do its job every year.
And that's why I like this amendment to amend the amendments, taking 2 vote cycles, because it's just too easy to amend the Constitution right now. And so everybody's using the amendment to the Constitution instead of requiring their legislators to do their job.
Yeah, and then the Amendment 3 is a bait and switch.
100%.
It gives a vote on one hand and takes it away on the other because it combines open primaries with top two, which will totally kill minor parties and no party affiliates and write-ins.
It'll kill every party. It'll kill Jim. It'll kill.
In some counties, you're going to have 2 Democrats to choose from. In some counties, you're going to have 2 Republicans to choose from.
Jim, some counties.
It gives choice with one hand and takes it away with the other.
Some counties, you'll have 2 Republicans to choose from. Marion County, you would have 2 Republicans to choose from. The Democrats, nor any of the small party would garner enough votes, probably in Marion County.
Exactly.
So, thanks for the call, Jim. Yeah, I got some problems with some of these amendments. So, hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, it's time to hear about what happened over the weekend in local sports. Plus, yeah, it's a World Series that's got Florida represented, but that's the only team in the South that's represented, and it's tough for me to stomach. We'll talk about that next, as it's time for local sports on Ocala Talks, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Brick City Creative Group is your one-stop multimedia destination. With the experience our team has, not many can really tell a story like we do. Specializing in live broadcasting, promo reels, film, and social media. No matter the story, we've got you covered with some of the best professionals in the industry. Your story is our mission. Find us on the web at brickcitycreativegroup.com or on Facebook at Brick City Creatives.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Finally, shipping made easy. Just Ship is your answer to your shipping aggravation. They come pick up your package and ship it for you. Birthday gifts, eBay sales, or an online return. Just Ship can handle all of them for you. Act now and you can save 20% on an annual subscription, which will take you through the 2020 holiday months. Go to www.justship.net now and take the aggravation out of shipping.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Real quick before we get to local sports, I told you I would talk about this in the show today on AM Ocala Live, so I want to get to it. Gas prices in Florida fell 3 cents, bringing the gas price per gallon to the lowest it's been in nearly a month. This according to the American Automobile Association. The average price across Sunshine State was listed at $2.10. Tallahassee's average price is lower at about $2.03 a gallon, about 9 cents lower than the national average. This is a trend that's expected to continue, according to AAA. Gas prices are following their seasonal trend of declining during the fall, said Mark Jenkins, a spokesman for AAA. With summer over and school back in session, Americans typically begin to cut back on road trips. A combination of lower fuel demand and strong gasoline supply levels is keeping downward pressure on prices at the pump. The most expensive Florida markets include West Palm at $2.23 a gallon, Port St. Lucie at $2.16 a gallon, and Panama City at $2.16 a gallon. The least expensive markets, Punta Gorda, $1.97, Orlando, $2.04, and Jacksonville, $2.05. I know at one of the local discount places here, gas was $2.07 a gallon, and at a lot of the places that sound like a baby talking that starts with a W, gas was $2.07 a gallon. So gas prices are falling. I like it when it gets down, when I can get, and I know I thought I'd never say this, but when I can get, a gallon of gas for $2, so when I can fill up for $40, I feel like that's a win. Although I remember when I was in college paying 99 cents a gallon in Georgia, and I had a Honda Helix scooter. It's the funniest thing. This is before scooters were popular on college campuses. I had one, 1990, and I could fill that thing up for $3. Ride all week. It's great. Speaking of great, the Michael Randall had a great performance in Vanguard's 33-7 win over North Marion. He returned the opening kickoff 90 yards for a touchdown to give the Knights a 7-0 lead 20 seconds into the game. His versatility was on full display. He led the Knights stat sheet all in every category almost. 2 touchdowns, one coming off the kickoff return, and he got one and another of a 40-yard rush, but he had 40-yard rushes here. He took off a 30-yard scant. He just controlled the football game as Vanguard beat North Marion 33-7. Westport Junior running back Elijah Hopkins rushed for 170 yards, scored 2 touchdowns in the Wolfpack's 34-0 win over Lake Weir. It was the first home game of the season for Westport. It improved Westport to 3-1 on the season in Class 8A. You have to give it up to the kids, said Steve Rim, the Westport head coach. Offense, defense, and special teams were clicking, and we came away with a victory. Elijah's the best player on the field. Whenever he steps out there, he shows why he's being recruited by Division I programs like Auburn, Florida, Kentucky, and Houston. The loss dropped Class 5A Lake Weir, which wasted excellent field position numerous times in the first half, to 1-2. So Lake Weir takes it on the chin against the Westport Wolfpack. The Wolfpack improving to 3-1 with a 34-0 win over Lake Weir. Also, Jacksonville Sandalwood Saint kicker Christian Schultz nailed the game-winning field goal with no time on the clock to lift the Sandalwood Saints over the Trinity Catholic Celtics 17-14. Despite the fact that each of these teams averaged nearly 30 points per game, neither offense seemed to really complete drives against each other. The Saints actually threatened to make it a blowout earlier. They scored 2 touchdowns early to take a 14-0 lead, all of that in the first quarter. But then the Celtics got strong and held Sandalwood to no more points the rest of the football game until the final second of the game when Christian Schultz kicked a game-winning field goal to win 17-14 as Jacksonville Sandalwood defeats the Trinity Catholic Celtics. Also this weekend, the Tampa Bay Rays clicked their ticket to the World Series, although abbreviated season of 60 games plus playoffs. The Tampa Bay Rays outlasted everyone else in the American League to be the American League representative in this year's World Series. Last night, a very, very tough loss for me as a fan, as I watched a home run in the 8th inning, home run in the bottom of the 7th inning by Cody Bellinger ripped the heart out of this Atlanta Braves fan as the Los Angeles Dodgers, who were predicted to win, the Braves were playing maybe a year too early with so many 22 and 21-year-old pitchers. The Braves were playing a little above their heads, but the Atlanta Braves eliminated last night. So the World Series is set. The World Series will feature the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers in the World Series again. Tampa Bay for the second time in their existence. Last time was in 2008. Tampa Bay Rays back in, so I'm going to be a Rays fan for the next 7 days. Buddy Martin will love that I'm going to be a Rays fan for the next 7 games because I hope the Rays win that baseball game. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow morning on Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. Same bat time, same bat channel right here at WOCA Radio in the Brick City Beautiful. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
Nancy Pelosi, maybe he's coming along. We'll find out. We want to do it.